Hi, so today I'm going to be taking a look at some grips from ODI. This is their new Vanquish grip, and they've done it in collaboration with D3O, who you may be familiar with their material, which is used in knee pads and helmets. Then this is a slightly different material that they're using in here. It's called D3O grip, and as you can see, it's supposed to offer shock absorption and anti-vibration properties. Just have a look on the back here. Here's the various claims that they're making. It'd be interesting to see how this is. Obviously, once I get it out on the trail, I'll be able to tell you further if the properties live up to the claims that they're making. So this grip is available in 3 different colors. I've got the black version here. They also do an orange version and a gray version, and they all have this accented piece on the side. So the gray and the black version have an orange bit, and then the orange version has a black piece. So if orange isn't your color, unfortunately you're going to be out of luck unless you want to get a Sharpie out and cover that over. So we'll just get the grip off and have a look. So the grip itself is 135 millimeters in length, and then it's 32.75 in terms of thickness. It uses their 2.1 thin collar on the side. It has a small tapered flange on the inside. I quite like this because you can actually feel when it's up against your controls when you're at the edge of the grip, but it's not too big. I find the ones where they've got a large flange is just a little bit too much. This one seems a nice compromise. And then at the end, they've reinforced this section. It's got a Vanquish logo on the bottom here, and then it has a waffle style flower sort of pattern at the top, and then a striped triangular diamond shape at the bottom for where your fingers would go. And then it uses a 3mm Allen key to tighten the collar. Just a quick note on the bolts. So ODI still have their bolts in opposite directions. So when you have it on the bike, you're going to have one with the bolt head facing out and one with the bolt head facing in. Just wanted to talk about these grips in comparison with some other grips I've used. So in the past, I've used the Elite Pro grips from ODI, and they've been excellent. They're a 32mm diameter in the center and a 30 on the outer edge. The problem with them was that they tended to wear down in the center, so you ended up with a pretty thin grip, whereas I run a size large glove, so my hands are fairly large, but I don't like the grips to be too big. So I've been using these grips recently. I've been using a set of Ergon GE1 factory grips. I believe these are a 32, but they're shaped slightly differently, so it's not an even 32, it's shaped towards your hand. The only problem with these is the end piece is rigid and they tend to slide down. And also when you crash these, they tend to want to destroy themselves. And they also use a fairly thick collar. So you see, these are about the same length, but the collar is substantially bigger on the Ergon. And then these were ones that came with my Pivot Firebird. They are the Pivot lock-on grips, and I believe these are 30 to 31 on the outside. And these have been fairly reasonable grips. Again, they've got a hardened end, which is a problem because they tend to slide down walls or trees whenever you lean the bike against it. So I do like the fact that the ODI has the additional grip at the end. Just do a quick weight check on these. So when fitting these, you just need to make sure that the accent color is facing downwards when you push it onto the bar. Straighten that up. I've taken these grips for a number of rides so far, and it's always tricky talking about contact points such as grips and saddles because it's such a personal thing. But for me so far, these grips have been excellent. I really like the thickness or the diameter of them. They're just perfect for my hands. They're not too thick, they're not too thin. As far as the compound goes, it's a nice grippy compound without being overly tacky. Sometimes on softer grips, they can be a little bit too sticky and they tend to wear down really quickly. These seem to be holding up pretty well. And ODI grips that I've had in the past tended to last pretty well as well. I like the waffle pattern on the top where it has a nice cushioning to it, and then the grip that you get from the diamond pattern on the lower part for your fingers is excellent. As far as the claims for the anti-vibration, I'd say that they're true. And the first thing I noticed when I got on the bike is the nice damped feeling that you get. It's not an overly damped feeling, so it doesn't feel dead when you're on the trail. You can still feel the terrain, but it is a nice reduction in the vibration. As far as the shock absorption goes on these grips, I really like the feeling of these. They have a nice cushioned feeling without feeling overly vague, so they keep a nice amount of precision when you're riding, so it doesn't feel like you're just riding two marshmallows on the end of your bars. Now, as far as arm pump, I've noticed a big reduction in that, and I used to get quite a lot of fatigue, particularly in my wrist, after long rides, and that's reduced greatly since I've been riding these, so far they've been excellent. That was a quick look at the Odi Vanquish grips. If you've got any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the box below. And if you got this far into the video, I do appreciate it, and thanks for watching.